അല്ല അത് കറണ്ട് പോയിട്ട് വന്നപ്പോഴേ Testing. Hello.
Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. A very good afternoon to all. The most awaited occasion is finally here. I am much delighted to offer a hearty welcome to all the people gathered here for the inauguration of collaborative learning in association with University of Cincinnati, USA. It's indeed a proud moment for all of us here at College of Engineering, Attingal. Prayer is a steering wheel that directs the right path throughout our lives. Let's unite our minds and souls in the presence of God to seek His abundant blessings. Now, I would like to invite the college choir for the prayer. Let's all rise for the prayer, please.
കൈകൂപ്പി നിൽപ്പു ഞാൻ നിൻ മുന്നിൽ ഈറനണിഞ്ഞ മിഴികളോടെ കാരുണ്യമെന്നിൽ ചൊരിയണി ഭൂവിലും കാരണനായുള്ള തമ്പുരാനേ അച്ഛനും അമ്മയുമെന്തു പറഞ്ഞാലും അക്ഷരം തെറ്റാതനുസരിച്ചും ഉള്ളിൽ വെളിച്ചം പകരും ഗുരുവിനെ ഉണ്മയിൽ സ്നേഹിച്ചും ആദരിച്ചും കൂടെ പഠിക്കുന്ന കുട്ടികളെ തൻ്റെ കൂടെ പിറപ്പുകളായി നിനച്ചും മാതൃഭൂമിക്കായി ജീവൻ വെടിഞ്ഞോരെ മാതൃകയായിട്ടു സ്വീകരിച്ചും ഈശ്വര കൈകൂപ്പി നിൽപ്പു ഞാൻ നിൻ മുന്നിൽ ഈറനണിഞ്ഞ മിഴികളോടെ കാരുണ്യമെന്നിൽ ചൊരിയണി ഭൂവിലും കാരണനായുള്ള തമ്പുരാനേ കാരണനായുള്ള തമ്പുരാനേ കാരണനായുള്ള തമ്പുരാനേ.
Now, I would specially call upon our beloved principal, Dr. Brinda V. Nair, for delivering the welcome speech.
Respected President of today's function, Director IHRD, Dr. Arun Kumar, Honorable Vice Chancellor of APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University and Digital University, Dr. Saji Gopinath, Chief Guest of the Day, Professor Anup Sibyl Prabhakar, Professor from Cincinnati University, USA, Dr. Sunil TT, Director IC Force and former principal of this institution, Shri Binu, PTA Vice President, Dr. Suma Ellis, Head, Computer Science Department, parents, colleagues, press correspondents, and my dear students, good afternoon and a warm welcome to all of you. A quick look at what this program is all about. Collaborative Learning Program is aimed at leveraging the expertise of Malayali professors working in universities abroad into sharing their insights and experience in teaching and learning, and more importantly, designing and developing projects and solutions. IHRD is commencing a series of such episodes, and here today we have the first one. We are indeed expecting several outcomes once the wheel starts rotating. Now, coming to my responsibility, let me welcome our dynamic yet down-to-earth Director Dr. Arun Kumar. He has been taking extra efforts to motivate and inspire his team right from his assuming office recently, and has been offering full support to this collaborative program right from its inception. I welcome you, sir, to this function on behalf of all who have gathered here. Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Saji Gopinath, I am sure would support any academic ventures which will ultimately benefit the students. Dr. Saji Gopinath's speech is something which I usually love to hear because he says things straight, simple, quite truthful and genuine without any jargons or any pretensions. When I invited him to this function, he told me that he's in amidst a whole day meeting at the university but still agreed to come. And so I think he'll have to return without much delay. Honorable Vice Chancellor, with all respects, I welcome you, sir, to this function. Professor Anu Sibyl is a chief guest of the day. Whenever I talked to her about this program before she came down from US, she would keep on talking quite excitedly about the program, about roping in her colleagues from University of Cincinnati and her students there, how she can make use of them to help students out here and so on. Professor Anu Sibyl, a very warm welcome from all who have assembled here. Dr. Sunil TT is not a stranger here. And in fact, although he has left the institution to join as Director IC Force, I still consider him as a backbone of this institution. A warm welcome to Dr. Sunil TT. Shri Binu, who is our PTA Vice President, ardently supports us along with his team for any development activities of the college, both academic and otherwise. I extend a warm welcome to Shri Binu to this function. Dr. Suma now heads a large department, Department of Computer Science, which is double intake this year. I welcome Dr. Suma to this function. Finally, let me extend a warm welcome to all my students and all others assembled here. Thank you.
Next, I would like to welcome our IHRD Director, Dr. V.A. Arun Kumar Sir, for addressing the gathering, who was the former Director at Model Finishing School and also Managing Director at Kerala State Choir Marketing Federation. Sir, now I kindly request you to address the gathering.
Dear Dr. Saji, dear Dr. Saji Govinath, Dr. Anil Sibal, Dr. Sunil Chichi, Dr. Vrindavi Nair, my dear colleagues and students. Today I am very happy to be with you in this auspicious occasion of starting a collaborative learning program. This occasion marks a significant milestone as we embark a journey of collaboration and knowledge exchange between institutions. I stand before you as the Director of IHRD, filled with enthusiasm and optimism for the opportunities that lie ahead. The potential for collaboration between College of Engineering Attingal and the University of Cincinnati is immense, as both institutions share a common vision of academic excellence, innovation, and societal impact. Recently, to be more specific, after COVID-19 pandemic, more and more students in Kerala are considered option for pursuing their higher studies in foreign countries. The government of Kerala is seriously discussing about the ways to stop such brain drain from the state. IHRD collaborating with the universities and higher learning institutions in the developed nations and bringing state-of-the-art education in our institution. As you all know, and we have around 35,000 students also. IHRD has its presence all over Kerala from Kasaragod to Thiruvananthapuram. The University of Cincinnati is one of the oldest and largest public research universities in the United States. Founded in 1819 as Cincinnati College, the university is ranked 4 in the nation for co-ops and internships. The university is accredited by Higher Learning Commission and is clarified as R1 doctoral universities, very high research activity. It has also been ranked among the top public universities in the nation. The university has been termed a research heavyweight. University of Cincinnati scientists have been credited with inventing the world's first electronic organ, antihistamine, heart lung machine, and oral polio vaccine. Even today, the university maintains this legacy of being a research intensive university by conducting research into some of the most cutting edge technologies such as green energy, microchips, cancer treatments, chatbots, to name just a few. The university is also the first university to implement cooperative education model, which integrates classroom learning with practical work experience. This is not only ensures that students has less debt, but also enables them to gain a glimpse of jobs in their field so that they gain real experience and gauge their likes and dislikes in their field. Collaborating with such a renowned institution holds tremendous potential for our students and faculty, providing them with a platform to engage in cutting-edge research, gain international exposure, and cultivate global perspectives. It is a great privilege for a younger education institution like College of Engineering Attingal to have some kind of collaboration with the University of Cincinnati with more than 200 years of history. We have to discuss and explore the scope and possibilities of the collaboration. Anyway, I am sure that the whole of the IHRD community, including the students, faculty, and the administrative staff, will be benefited by this collaboration. As we embark on this exciting journey of collaboration, it is essential that we prioritize the exchange of ideas, knowledge, and best practices. Together, we create a fertile ground for innovation and interdisciplinary research that address the complex challenges of the 21st century. Our partnership with the University of Cincinnati will not only enrich the academic experience of our students, but also open avenues for joint research projects, faculty exchanges, and collaborative programs that bridge the gap between theory and practice. In today's interconnected world, it is crucial to embrace diversity and inclusivity. Our collaboration with the University of Cincinnati will provide a platform for cultural exchange and understanding, nurturing an environment that celebrates the richness of our difference while recognizing our shared humanity. Through this partnership, we can empower our students to become global citizens, equipped with the skills and knowledge to navigate the challenges and opportunities of rapidly evolving world. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Anu Sibyl for making this happen. As you all know, Dr. Anu is a professor and user experience researcher in the School of Information Technology at the University of Cincinnati. Dr. Anu's PhD is in informatics, focused on human-computer interaction, and have 2 MS degrees in computer science and informatics. She have got many recognitions, including George Barber Award for Excellence, Golden Apple Award, etc. Once again, thank you very much, Dr. Anu, for supporting us for this event. I would also like to express my gratitude to all the attendees here today, especially Dr. Saji Govindan. Your presence signifies the collective support and belief in the power of collaboration. Together, we can build bridges of knowledge and understanding that will shape the future of education and innovation. In conclusion, I invite all of you to embrace this exciting journey of collaboration and make the most of the opportunities that lie ahead. Let us work together to create a world-class academic ecosystem that empowers the students, uplifts our communities, and contributes to the progress of our nation and beyond. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspirational thoughts and for your valuable words. It's indeed a special privilege and honor to invite Dr. Saji Gobinath Sir, Vice Chancellor of APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University and Digital University of Kerala, who has also served as the Chief Executive Officer of Kerala Startup Mission. He is the founding dean of Bennett University and serves as the visiting faculty to various foreign universities. Now, I would like to welcome Dr. Saji Gobinath to inaugurate this auspicious function by lighting the lamp. Sir, please.
Good afternoon. President of the function, Honorable Director of IHRD, Dr. V. Arun Kumar. Chief guest of today, Dr. Anu Sibyl Prabhakar, Professor, Cincinnati University. My good friend, Principal of College of Engineering, Attingal, Dr. Vrinda V. Nair. Former Principal and current Director of IC Force, Dr. Sunil T.T. Sri Binu, Dr. Suma. Other faculty and staff colleagues of College of Engineering Attingal and student friends. At the outset, let me congratulate College of Engineering Attingal for initiating an excellent program on international collaboration and learning. നമുക്കെല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാവുന്ന പോലെ ഇന്ന് നമ്മൾ ജീവിക്കുന്നത് ഒരുപക്ഷെ ഗ്ലോബലൈസേഷന്റെ മറ്റൊരു തലത്തിലാണ്. ഒരു കാലത്ത് എല്ലാം സെൻട്രലൈസ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരുന്ന ഒരു ലോകത്തിൽ നിന്ന് മാറിയിട്ട് ഡീസെൻട്രലൈസ്ഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഡെവലപ്മെന്റിന്റെ ലോകത്തിലേക്ക് നമ്മൾ പോവുകയാണ്. അവിടെ നമുക്ക് ഒരുമിച്ച് നിൽക്കാൻ കഴിയുന്നത് നമ്മുടെ ലേണിങ്ങിൽ കൂടിയാണ്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കൊളാബറേഷനിൽ കൂടിയാണ്. നമ്മളുടെ ഓരോ വിദ്യാർത്ഥിയുടെയും ഒരു പഠന പ്രക്രിയ ആലോചിച്ച് നോക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾ ഏറ്റവും ആസ്വദിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള നിമിഷങ്ങൾ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നിങ്ങൾ ഒരുമിച്ച് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയങ്ങളാണ്. ഒരുപക്ഷെ നിങ്ങൾ ഏറ്റവും ഹേറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള നിമിഷങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങൾ ഒറ്റയ്ക്ക് കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ്. ഉദാഹരണമായിട്ട് പരീക്ഷ. നമുക്കൊരിക്കലും പരീക്ഷയെ കൊളാബറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ ഇപ്പോഴും നമ്മുടെ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റികൾ അലോ ചെയ്യാറില്ല. ലോകത്ത് ഒരു കാര്യം പോലും ഒരാൾ പോലും ഒറ്റയ്ക്ക് ചെയ്യാറില്ല, എല്ലാം കൊളാബറേഷൻ ആണ്. പക്ഷെ നമ്മൾ ഇന്നും നമ്മുടെ പഠന പ്രക്രിയയിൽ പരീക്ഷയിൽ നമ്മൾ ഓരോരുത്തരും നമ്മുടെ മെമ്മറി അവിടെ കൊണ്ട് എഴുതണമെന്നും വേറൊരാളുടെ നിന്ന് കൊളാബറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ സമ്മതിക്കാറില്ല. അത് മാറുമെന്നാണ് എൻ്റെ പ്രതീക്ഷ. അത് മാറണമെന്നാണ് നമ്മുടെ എല്ലാവരുടെ ആശ എന്നും നമുക്ക് തോന്നും. നിങ്ങൾ നോക്കുക, നിങ്ങളുടെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ മാറ്റം വരുത്തിയിട്ടുള്ള ഏത് കാര്യങ്ങൾ എടുത്താലും അവയെല്ലാം വന്നിട്ടുള്ളത് കുറെ ആൾക്കാർ കൊളാബറേറ്റ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടാണ്. നമ്മൾ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്ന ഇന്റർനെറ്റ് ആലോചിച്ച് നോക്കും. എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഇന്റർനെറ്റ് ഇത്രമാത്രം പോപ്പുലർ ആയത്? ലോകത്തെ പല ഭാഗത്തുള്ള ആൾക്കാർ അവരുടെ വിജ്ഞാനം മറ്റുള്ളവർക്ക് ഷെയർ ചെയ്യാൻ കൊടുത്തപ്പോഴാണ്. അല്ലായിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ വെറുതെ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറുകൾ കണക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നു, പക്ഷെ അവയിലുള്ള കണ്ടന്റുകൾ അങ്ങോട്ടും ഇങ്ങോട്ടും കണക്ട് ചെയ്തില്ലായിരുന്നുവെങ്കിൽ ഒരിക്കലും നമ്മൾ ഇന്റർനെറ്റ് ഉപയോഗിക്കില്ലായിരുന്നു. നിങ്ങൾ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്ന ഇന്നത്തെ ഒരു നല്ലൊരു ശതമാനം പ്രൊഡക്റ്റുകളും നമ്മുടെ ജീവിതത്തെ മാറ്റിമറിക്കുന്ന, നമ്മുടെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ ഒരുപാട് പ്രോഗ്രസീവ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ വന്നവയെല്ലാം കൊളാബറേറ്റീവ് ആയിട്ട് വന്നവയാണ്. ആ ഒരു വേൾഡിലാണ് ഇന്ന് നമ്മൾ നിൽക്കുന്നത്. ഒരുപക്ഷെ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയൽ വേൾഡ് എന്ന് നമ്മൾ പറയാറുണ്ട്. അതായത് ദ ലാസ്റ്റ് 100 years where our education system is unfortunately modeled is about the last 100 years of industrial world. The industrial world is where everybody compete with each other. കോമ്പറ്റീഷനാണ് നമ്മുടെ എസെൻസ്. ഒരു ചെറിയ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ നമ്മൾ വീട്ടിൽ പോയിട്ട് നമുക്കൊരു അമ്മയോടോ അച്ഛനോട് പറയാണ് എനിക്ക് 80 മാർക്ക് കിട്ടി എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ആദ്യം ചോദിക്കുന്നത് സുനിലിന് എത്ര മാർക്ക് കിട്ടി എന്നായിരിക്കും, അല്ലെ? സുനിലിന് 85 മാർക്ക് കിട്ടിയെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ മാർക്ക് മോശമാണ്, സുനിലിന് 55 മാർക്ക് കിട്ടിയെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ മാർക്ക് വലുതാണ്. ഇതായിരുന്നു നമ്മൾ തുടക്കം മുതലേ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നത്. വി ഓൾവേസ് ഫോഴ്സ് അസ് ടു കോമ്പീറ്റ്. പക്ഷെ നിങ്ങൾ ആലോചിച്ച് നോക്കൂ, നമ്മൾ ഒരു ആർട്ട് ഫെസ്റ്റിവൽ നടത്തുമ്പോഴോ, ഒരു സയൻസ് ഫെസ്റ്റിവൽ നടത്തുമ്പോഴോ, ഒരു ബഹാബ് ഫെസ്റ്റിവൽ നടത്തുമ്പോഴോ, ഒരു IEEE ഇവന്റ് നടത്തുമ്പോഴോ നമ്മൾ ഒരാളായിട്ടല്ല ചെയ്യുന്നത്, നമ്മളൊരു ഗ്രൂപ്പായിട്ടാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ആ കൊളാബറേഷൻ ആയിരുന്നു നമ്മളെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ സമ്പാദ്യവും നമുക്ക് ഏറ്റവും ആനന്ദമുള്ളതും. മാത്രമല്ല അവിടെ നമുക്ക് ഗ്രേഡ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല, പക്ഷെ നിങ്ങൾ അതിന് ഒരുപാട് അവേഴ്സ് ഓഫ് എഫേർട്ട് ഇട്ടിട്ടില്ലേ? നമ്മുടെ ടീച്ചേഴ്സ് ഇന്ന സമയത്ത് നിൽക്കാവൂ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് പോലും നമ്മൾ അതിനേക്കാൾ എത്രയോ കൂടുതൽ സമയം നമ്മൾ അതിനുവേണ്ടി എഫേർട്ട് എടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഈ ഒരു തലത്തിലേക്ക് പഠന പ്രക്രിയയെ കൊണ്ടുവരേണ്ടതാണ് നമ്മുടെ ഇന്നത്തെ കാലഘട്ടത്തിന്റെ ആവശ്യം. അതിന്റെ ഒരു സ്റ്റാർട്ട് പോയിന്റ് ആയിരിക്കും ഡോക്ടർ ബൃന്ദ തുടങ്ങുന്ന കൊളാബറേറ്റീവ് ലേണിംഗ് എന്നാണ് എൻ്റെ വിശ്വാസം. Naturally, there are such models available in many other parts of the world. I'm sure that Dr. Anu will be speaking quite a bit detail about this. ഈ കൊളാബറേഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നമ്മുടെ കലാലയത്തിൽ മാത്രം ഒതുങ്ങി നിൽക്കുന്നതല്ല. കലാലയത്തിൽ നിന്ന് പുറത്തുപോയി കലാലയത്തിന് പുറത്തുള്ള ഇതേപോലെ സമാന ചിന്താഗതികരുമായിട്ട് ചെയ്യുക, ലോകത്തിന്റെ പല ഭാഗത്തുള്ളവരുമായിട്ട് ചെയ്യുക. അങ്ങനെ വരുമ്പോഴാണ് നമുക്കൊരു വികാസം ഉണ്ടാവുന്നത്. അതിനു വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള പ്രോഗ്രാമുകൾ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയുടെയും കോളേജുകളും സംഘടിപ്പിക്കുന്നത്. തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും ഇതിന് ആദ്യമായിട്ടൊരു നേതൃത്വം നൽകിയ IHRDയെ വളരെ അഭിനന്ദിക്കേണ്ട ആവശ്യമുണ്ട്. മാത്രമല്ല അതിന്റെ തുടക്കം തന്നെ കോളേജ് ഓഫ് എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് ആറ്റിങ്ങിൽ തന്നെ തുടങ്ങുന്നു. അതിന് ഡോക്ടർ അനു സിബിൾ പ്രഭാകരെ പോലെ പ്രശസ്തരായ പ്രൊഫസേഴ്സ് ഇതിന് മറ്റു സ്ഥലത്ത് നിന്ന് നേതൃത്വം നൽകുന്നു എന്നതും വളരെ ശ്ലാഘനീയമായ കാര്യമാണ്. മറ്റൊരു കാര്യം പലപ്പോഴും നമ്മൾ കാണുന്നത് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻസ് തമ്മിൽ ഒരു കൊളാബറേഷൻ ഉണ്ടാവും, അതിനുശേഷമാണ് എന്തെങ്കിലും ഒരു ആക്ടിവിറ്റി നടക്കുന്നത്. പക്ഷെ ഇവിടെ നേരെ തിരിച്ചാണ്. ഇവിടെ വ്യക്തികൾ തമ്മിലുള്ള കൊളാബറേഷനിൽ നിന്ന് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷണൽ കൊളാബറേഷനിലേക്ക് വരികയാണ്. ഇത് ഐ തിങ്ക് ദാറ്റ്സ് എ ഫാന്റാസ്റ്റിക് മോഡൽ ഓഫ് ഡെവലപ്മെന്റ്. ഇൻഫാക്ട് ഐ സ്പെൻഡ് മോസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് മൈ ടൈം അറ്റ് IIM and in Institute of Management and all, we always do that. പ്രൊഫസേഴ്സ് ടു പ്രൊഫസേഴ്സ് ഫസ്റ്റ് കൊളാബറേറ്റ്. ആ പ്രൊഫസേഴ്സിന്റെ കൊളാബറേഷനിൽ നിന്നാണ് പിന്നെ ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷണൽ കൊളാബറേഷൻ ഉണ്ടാവുന്നത്. ഇവിടെ അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഇതിന് തയ്യാറായി, ഇതിന് വളരെ റെഡിയായി ഡോക്ടർ അനു പ്രഭാകർ മുൻകൈ എടുത്തു യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി ഓഫ് സിൻസിനാറ്റിയിൽ നിന്ന്. അതിന്റെ ഒരുപാട് ഫലങ്ങൾ നമുക്ക് ഉണ്ടാവും. ഇതുപോലെയുള്ള കൂടുതൽ കൊളാബറേഷനുകളും കൂടുതൽ കൊളാബറേറ്റീവ് ലേണിംഗ് പ്രോഗ്രാമുകളും നമ്മുടെ മുമ്പിൽ ഇനിയും ഉണ്ടാവുമെന്നാണ് എനിക്ക് പ്രതീക്ഷിക്കാനുള്ളത്. കാരണം when people collectively do things, you can actually do quite a few things. So this is not only to get to know about what is happening in other part of the world, which of course is one of the important things. നമ്മൾ പഠിക്കുന്നതും നമ്മുടെ ലേണിംഗ് ആസ്പെക്റ്റും ലോകത്തിന്റെ മറ്റു ഭാഗങ്ങളിൽ നടക്കുന്നതുമായിട്ടുള്ള കമ്പാരിസൺ എന്നതിനൊപ്പം തന്നെ അവിടെയുള്ള വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളുമായിട്ടും അവിടെയുള്ള അധ്യാപകരുമായിട്ടും കൂടി കഴിയും എന്നതും കൂടെ ഇതിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് കൊണ്ടുവരേണ്ടത് ആവശ്യമുണ്ട്. നമുക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാവുന്ന പലപ്പോഴും നമുക്ക് ഇഷ്ടമില്ലാത്തൊരു കാര്യമാണ് പ്രസംഗങ്ങൾ കേൾക്കുക എന്നുള്ളത്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ വളരെ ദീർഘിപ്പിക്കുന്നില്ല. പക്ഷെ ഒരു കാര്യം മാത്രം പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് അവസാനിപ്പിക്കാം. നമ്മൾ ഏത് പ്രോഗ്രാമിലേക്ക് പോകുമ്പോഴും അതിൽ നിന്ന് നമുക്ക് കുറച്ചൊക്കെ ലേണിംഗ് ആസ്പെക്ട്സ് ഉണ്ടാവും. ആ ലേണിംഗ് ആസ്പെക്ട്സ് നിങ്ങൾ ചർച്ചകളിൽ കൂടി അതിനെ ഡെവലപ്പ് ചെയ്യാം. അത് എങ്ങനെ നമുക്ക് സ്വായത്തമാക്കാം, അതിൽ നിന്ന് നമുക്ക് എന്തൊക്കെ സ്വാംശീകരിക്കാൻ കഴിയുമെന്നുള്ള കാര്യം നമ്മൾ ആലോചിച്ചെടുക്കുക. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു കോണ്ടെക്സ്റ്റിലേക്ക് വരുമ്പോഴാണ് നമുക്ക് ഇതൊരു ഫുൾ ഫ്ലെഷ്ഡ് പ്രോഗ്രാമായിട്ട് വളർത്തിയെടുക്കാൻ കഴിയുക. നേരത്തെ ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട ശ്രീ അരുൺകുമാർ പറഞ്ഞതുപോലെ കേരള സർക്കാരിൻ്റെ ഭാഗത്ത് നിന്ന് ഇന്റർനാഷണലൈസേഷന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരുപാട് പ്രൊമോഷണൽ മോഡൽസ് ഇന്ന് അവൈലബിൾ ആണ്. കേരളത്തിലെ ഏതെങ്കിലും വിദ്യാർത്ഥിക്ക് ഒരു ചെറിയ പീരീഡ് റിസർച്ചിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു ടോപ്പ് 200 യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി ബജറ്റിൽ ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട ഫിനാൻസ് മിനിസ്റ്റർ അവതരിപ്പിക്കുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ടൈം ദാറ്റ് വി ഷുഡ് ആക്ച്വലി സ്റ്റാർട്ട് തിങ്കിങ് റിയലി ഗ്ലോബൽ, സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ലുക്കിംഗ് അറ്റ് global projects and see how we connect ourselves with other part of the world. And I wish that this particular international collaborative learning program which inaugurate today is going to flourish further in the days to come, and wish this program and the College of Engineering Attingal and all of you all the very best. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Hoping we all could build a healthy collaborative environment in the upcoming days, and we look forward to have more collaborative sessions. Now, I would like to call upon our chief guest for today's event, Dr. Annu Sibyl Prabhakar, Professor of Information Technology, University of Cincinnati, USA. Her research lies at the intersection of human-computer interaction design, healthy informatics, diversity, equity, and inclusion. She serves as a commissioner of the Accreditation Board for Engineering and Technology. In 2013, she also received the George Barber Award for her excellence in student-faculty relations and other various awards for teaching excellence. Ma'am, now we kindly request you to address the gathering.
Thank you very much, and thank you everybody. I was informed that I'll be giving my the presentation a little bit later, but I'm very delighted to be here. നിങ്ങളെ എല്ലാവരുടെയും കാണാൻ പറ്റിയതിൽ വളരെ അധികം സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്. I'm very excited about the future of you all, and I am very glad to play a very small part, hopefully, in making your education journey a little better. So I will come back with my presentation later. Thank you.
Felicitating the gathering, I would now like to call our former principal, Dr. Sunil Titi, who merely needs any description about his capabilities and achievements, as he himself has proven as one of the major pillar of strength to our college. He is currently serving as the director at IC4 Cell. Sir, please.
Respected Dr. Arun Kumar, Dr. Saji Gopinath sir, Annu Sibyl ma'am, Vinda ma'am, and other dignitaries on the dais. ഞാനധികം ദീർഘിപ്പിക്കുന്നില്ല. എനിക്ക് ഈ കോളേജിൽ നിന്ന് ഞാൻ 2 ആഴ്ചയായിട്ടുള്ള പോയിട്ട്, അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ തന്നെയുള്ള ആളായിട്ടാണ് ഞാനിപ്പോഴും കരുതുന്നത്. നമ്മുടെ കോളേജിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ പുതിയൊരു സംവിധാനം വരുന്നത് എന്തുകൊണ്ടും ഭയങ്കര എക്സൈറ്റിംഗ് ആയ ഒരു കാര്യമാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അതിനൊരു ഭാഗമാകാൻ സാധിച്ചതിൽ എനിക്ക് ഭയങ്കരമായ സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്. അപ്പം നിങ്ങളെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം ഞാൻ ഏകദേശം ഒരു 16 വർഷമായിട്ട് ഇവിടെ ജോലി ചെയ്തത്. അപ്പോൾ അതിൽ നിന്ന് വേറെ സ്ഥലത്തേക്ക് മാറിയതാണ്. അപ്പോൾ എൻ്റെ സമയത്ത് എനിക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള പരിപാടികളൊന്നും നടത്താൻ പറ്റിയിട്ടില്ല എന്നൊരു സങ്കടം കൂടെ ഉണ്ട്. എങ്കിലും എനിക്കൊന്ന് ഇഷ്ടമായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ വേറൊരു കൊളാബറേഷൻ കൂടെ എൻ്റെ സമയത്ത് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ അത് കിക്ക് സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല. അപ്പോൾ അതും ഇതിൻ്റെ കൂടെ ഇതേപോലെ തന്നെയുള്ള ഒരു പ്രോഗ്രാമായിട്ട് മാം എടുക്കുന്നത്. എനിവേ യു ആർ വെരി ലക്കി. നമുക്ക് എന്നെക്കാളും വളരെ ഡൈനാമിക് ആയ ഒരു പുതിയ പ്രിൻസിപ്പൽ വന്നു, പുതിയ വൈസ് ചാൻസലർ വന്നു, പുതിയ ഡയറക്ടർ വന്നു. അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ നിങ്ങൾ എന്തുകൊണ്ടും ലക്കി ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു സിറ്റുവേഷനാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അത് നിങ്ങളത് പരിപൂർണമായിട്ടും അത് യൂസ് ചെയ്ത് നിങ്ങളുടെ കരിയർ ബിൽഡ് ചെയ്യണമെന്ന് അറിയുന്നത്. എനിക്കൊരു കാര്യം കൂടെ നിങ്ങളോട് പറയാനുണ്ട്. ഞാൻ ഈ വർഷത്തെ പ്ലേസ്മെൻറ്റ് വളരെ നല്ലതായിരുന്നു നമുക്ക്. ഇതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഈ വർഷത്തെ റിസൾട്ട് നമ്മൾ ആദ്യത്തെ ഒരു 20-ലെത്തുമെന്നാണ് ഞാൻ പ്രതീക്ഷിക്കുന്നത്. നിങ്ങളതെത്തും എന്ന്, അത് യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയിലെ ആദ്യത്തെ ഒരു ടോപ്പ് 20 കോളേജിലോ ടോപ്പ് 10-ലോ എത്താനുള്ള പൊട്ടൻഷ്യൽ നമുക്കുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ അത് അങ്ങനെ തന്നെ ആകും. അടുത്ത വർഷങ്ങളിലും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ തുടരണം എന്ന് മാത്രമേ എനിക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളൂ. ഇത്തരം ഒരു സന്ദർഭത്തിൽ അത് പറയാമോ എന്ന് എനിക്ക് അറിഞ്ഞൂടാ. എങ്കിലും എല്ലാവിധ ഭാവങ്ങളും നേർന്നു. താങ്ക് യു.
Now, I would like to welcome Sri Binu, PTA Vice President of our college, for felicitating the gathering.
ബഹുമാന്യനായ അധ്യക്ഷൻ IHRDയുടെ ഡയറക്ടറായിട്ടുള്ള ഡോക്ടർ BA അരുൺകുമാർ സർ, അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ നമ്മളുടെ ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ അന്താരാഷ്ട്ര സഹകരണ പഠന പരിപാടി ഉദ്ഘാടനം ചെയ്ത APJ അബ്ദുൽ കലാം സാങ്കേതിക സർവകലാശാല വൈസ് ചാൻസലർ ഡോക്ടർ സജി ഗോപിനാഥ് സർ, മുഖ്യ പ്രഭാഷണം നടത്തുന്ന USA യിലെ സിൻസിയാരിറ്റി യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി പ്രൊഫസർ ഡോക്ടർ സിബിൽ പ്രഭാകർ മാഡം, അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ ഇന്നത്തെ പരിപാടിക്ക് ആശംസ പറഞ്ഞ നമ്മളുടെ ഫോമർ പ്രിൻസിപ്പൽ ഡോക്ടർ സുനിൽ ടി സർ, അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ നമ്മുടെ ഈ കലാലയത്തിൻ്റെ വാക്കും മനസ്സുമായിട്ടുള്ള പ്രിൻസിപ്പൽ ഡോക്ടർ വൃന്ദ ബി നായർ മാഡം, അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ പരിപാടിക്ക് കൃതജ്ഞത പറയുന്ന ഡോക്ടർ സുമ LS HOD കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ സയൻസ്, നല്ലവരായ രക്ഷകർത്താക്കളെ, വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളെ, തീർച്ചയായും ഇന്ന് വലിയൊരു വർത്തമാനത്തിനുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളൊന്നുമില്ല. അന്താരാഷ്ട്ര സഹകരണ പഠന പരിപാടി IHRD കോളേജുകൾ ആദ്യമായിട്ട് നമ്മുടെ കോളേജിലാണ് തുടക്കം കുറിക്കുന്നത്. തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും വിദേശ സർവകലാശാലയിലൊക്കെ എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് കാര്യങ്ങൾ നടക്കുന്നത് എന്നൊക്കെ നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കാനും ഇതെല്ലാം നല്ല ഒരു ലേണിംഗ് എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ആയിട്ട് പഠനാനുഭവങ്ങളായി നിങ്ങളിലേക്ക് എത്തിച്ചേരാൻ കഴിയട്ടെ. അതുവഴി നിങ്ങളുടെ ഭാവി നല്ലതാകട്ടെ എന്ന് ആശംസിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ വാക്കുകൾ ഉപസംഹരിക്കുന്നു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
Now, I would like to call upon Dr. Suma LS, Head of Computer Science Department, College of Engineering, Attingal, for delivering the vote of thanks.
Honorable Director Arun Kumar sir, Honorable VC Dr. Saji Gobinath sir, today's chief guest Dr. Anu Sibal, Sunil sir, Binu sir, my dear colleagues and students. This is truly a proudful moment for College of Engineering Attingal, launching a very unique program organized for the benefit of students as well as faculty members. I hope that we can continue this program by conducting more number of collaborative sessions with the association of a number of resource persons from this university of Cincinnati. We need to start this session of Dr. Anu Sibal shortly, so let me move on to my duty. First, I would like to thank Honorable Director IHRD, Dr. Arun Kumar sir, who has been presiding over this function. So we are very much inspired by your presence, and on behalf of all the students and staff members of College of Engineering Attingal, I extend my sincere gratitude to the Director Arun Kumar sir. Thank you so much, sir. Now, Honorable VC Dr. Saji Gobinath sir, who is who is the Vice Chancellor of KTU as well as Digital University. We all know that he is a very busy person. In spite of his very busy schedule, he has managed to come over here and inaugurated this function. So let me extend my sincere gratitude to Saji Gobinath sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Next, I should thank Dr. Anu Sibal, today's chief guest and resource person. She is a very, we are so lucky to have such an eminent resource person for today's collaborative learning program. We are all waiting for her session. So let me extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Anu Sibal for her presence in this function. Now, Dr. Sunil TT, presently the director of IC Force and former principal of our college. He's actually a member of our College of Engineering Attingal, although he is acting another role in IC Force. So I extend my sincere thanks to Sunil sir, not only for his presence in this function, but also for his constant support he is rendering in every activities of our college. Now, let me thank Binu sir, the PTA Vice President, and he's also a familiar face to our college. He's provided the PTA as well as all the members, providing all support to all the activities that is happening in our college. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Let me also thank all the PTA members as well as the parents who have present here. for their active participation in this function. Now, I would like to thank next is our beloved principal, Dr. Vrinda V. Nair. She is the backbone of our college. Actually, it is her ideas as well as vision that is being implemented as a sequence of events like this. So we all know that she is actively involved in. She is actively guiding. She is actively guiding us in all the activities. And I warmly extend my sincere gratitude to our beloved principal, Vrinda teacher. Now, next, I would like to thank all the committee coordinators as well as committee members for arranging this particular function. And also the student coordinators. There were a few committees as well as student coordinators for arranging this function. So I thank all the committee members as well as the student coordinators who have arranged this function. Now, let me thank all my colleagues, my students, other staff members, and all who have present here. I express my sincere gratitude. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Now, I take this big opportunity to thank all the dignitaries, faculties, volunteers, and students for their valuable time, cooperation, and support. Thank you so much all. Now, for presenting our token of memento to Dr. Saji Gobinath Sir and Dr. Annu Sibyl Ma'am, I would like to call over Dr. V. A. Arun Kumar Sir. Sir, please. So now we have come to an end of this inaugural session. So next we have the interactive collaborative session. So moving to the next section. Moving to the next session, we have Dr. Annu Sibyl Prabhagam, who has done her engineering from CET College.
Okay.
Moving to the next section, we have Dr. Annu Sibyl Prabhagar, who has done her engineering from CET College and earned 2 MS degrees in computer science and the other in informatics. She also has a PhD in informatics from Indiana University, Bloomington, USA. So, ma'am, please.
Slide show തുടങ്ങാം. ഓ തുടങ്ങിയല്ലേ തുടങ്ങാലോ. Can you hear me? Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining this program, and I'm really delighted to see your smiling faces. And I hope that you would learn a few things from what I'm trying to say today. My name is Annu Prabhakar. I am actually I worked at IHRD a long time ago. My first job was with IHRD as a research associate, and I worked with some of your faculty. So I work in the University of Cincinnati as a professor, and it's actually my 23rd year teaching at University of Cincinnati in the School of IT. So I have seen how different technologies come and how we taught our students to be the leaders in technology, and how agile our programs or curriculum are, so that we can prepare the next generation for the future. So I will talk a little bit about my background to let you know that where I came from, and also to inspire you to seek opportunities that excites you, and also motivate to become comfortable in unfamiliar places. I grew up in a small village in Pala, okay, and I went to a Malayalam medium school for whatever reasons, and I did pre-degree at that time. I don't know whether you remember, maybe your parents did pre-degree, okay, you do +2, and then I joined CET, and I got my degree in electrical and electronics engineering, and then Can everybody hear me? Okay, is everybody listening to me? Okay, there will be a quiz at the end, okay? So, yeah, so, can you get the mouse, please? Yeah. So then, I met many colleagues here, and then I went and did my schooling there. And my first job was with a healthcare company. Before Y2K, so we were all readying up to kind of cut over to new systems and things like that. So it was a very exciting time. And before that, when I was a graduate student, I worked in actually a funded Department of Defense project. So one thing I felt going from here to studying in US is that after my BTech, I told myself, I'm not going to open any textbook again, and I'm not going to study anything. But when I started studying in the US, the experience was like really different. We could learn things which are around us. We learn about people who are from our neighborhood. So it was a really exciting time to study there. And then after I joined University of Cincinnati, after my IT job, and then after that, I did my master's and PhD and things like that. So wherever you go, there are a lot of opportunity. For example, in the US, many female students go into technology jobs or in technology education. In my department, when I joined, I was the only female faculty for like 10 years. And we had only maybe 10% female students. So at that time, I started an organization called Women in Technology, where we would bring people from the industry and, to motivate the students. So you can find opportunity and wherever we go. So then another service I do is, being in an accreditation committee. That's, we go to different universities and accredit their program and see whether they are following the set criteria and things like that. So the reasons I explained the small, slice of what I went through is to kind of tell you how different it is to be a student in a different ecosystem, in a different culture. So I wanted to talk about that, and especially when I am trying to talk to you about your projects and how you can select good projects, it is very important to understand the culture or the ecosystem that you would be operating. You cannot transplant something from a different place to another place. So we have to have that ecosystem or culture where new systems or new methods can take root. So that is very much important. So in the changes that I see, the difference that I see are like, in ecosystems and culture that thrives. Even the system that I was in, in the education system in United States, there are clear expectations. There are no shortcuts. Everybody is held to the same standard, and there is reward for excellence. It is okay to be in your comfort zone. That is very well. But if you are going beyond what is expected of, you get rewarded in different ways. And of course, the support is very much needed. We can ask you to do that and this or work extra hard. But if the system doesn't provide you the resources to do that, it can be time, it can be more advisors, it can be money. It's all like just a dream. So many things should come together in creating a change or creating an ecosystem where your new ideas can take place. And another thing is, collaboration. I love that Dr. Gopinath mentioned collaboration and, not having any exam. I had many classes where I didn't have an exam, just the final project. And my son, he's a second-year engineering student, and he didn't have even one final exam. It's all collaborative projects. So, when you do things collaboratively, you trust each other, you learn to be in the real world, like in the real IT projects or, engineering projects. You learn how to mingle with people from different ideas, respect others' difference and, whatnot. So the competition is not the thing. You cannot, compete with the people who are working together and then win. So collaboration is very much important. The another main piece I see is the ethics. It's so interesting. I'm teaching it's not a negative commentary, but I'm teaching a graduate class with a lot of Indian students. And the first time, we had a lot of Indian students coming like last 3-4 years. And then there's a lot of case of plagiarisms. Usually we had a plagiarism module if we caught somebody plagiarizing. And we all have, Turnitin, things like that, the software which will catch if you plagiarize, if you turn it in a senior student's work or, whatnot. So now what I do is first week of class, I'm asking them to take that module. And I never did that with, my students who were mostly white students from the undergraduate program, because they learned from the very young age that it is not at all honorable to win by cheating. My students, I know that when I teach programming and things, if they cannot do the programming by themselves, if it is an individual project, they will gladly take 0 points. they would fail, So that kind of ethics, and even when they, if they caught, I don't think I ever caught somebody, cheating in that classes like that. So it's like a culture that built on mutual trust and not taking shortcut. So those are some of the ecological changes or the difference that I feel, which, I don't know, cultural changes is needed for that. So another big difference in the US is that every innovation, it can be innovations in services, products, or processes, everything comes from university. If you think about anything that even we enjoy here or all different parts of the world, everything comes from university. The internet, the browser, or everything comes from university research. I will go into the reason for that, why it is happening. So it creates foundation for major advances. Okay, and then of course by that the students are getting real world expertise. So university research matters. I will come to that in a minute. So this is the telephone that I was familiar with, when I was young, when we didn't have the mobile phone. That was before the university research. But through university research, what we have now is the mobile phone. Each and every part of that, even the circuits, even the displays, even the user interface that I do a lot of research on, or user experience, it's all driven by university research. So that is the importance of the university. So let me talk about how universities, you all, potentially can drive that innovation. So research or the projects, they create knowledge, okay? They create knowledge. All the things that you learn in your, computer science books or, whatnot, it's all results of research. Some faculty or some student, they came up with all these ideas and theories and, applications. For example, say TCP IP layer, it came from a university research, but the companies, they take that and implement that. So the research is what is driving the innovation. So we, the researchers, the schools, they create knowledge, new knowledge, and then the innovation happens. And what happens is new products, new services will come up. And that is how a society progresses. So the university, plays the pivotal role. The only reason that the US is advanced is because of their university research. So what is happening here? Okay, there is a lot of research, information in your textbook, all created by somebody from somewhere else, and we simply consume it. IHRDE or we simply consume it. Okay, and it was well and good when Sri Chitra Tirunal 85 years ago started CET to create technocrat. Technocrat means people who learned about electricity or civil engineering, so they can create roads in Kerala and PWD or electricity board. And the engineering institution here did so well because we had lots of highly talented and smart engineers everywhere. But what we failed or yet to recognize, when you think about progress for the state, for the country, is that are we creating knowledge? Okay, we can transport or we can transplant knowledge from other culture and society, which is very well and good. But if you have to create solutions that are singularly for Kerala, you have to come the research from Kerala, the people from Kerala, from the schools in Kerala. Then only you can develop our systems, because we have our own culture and our own way of doing things. We cannot ask somebody from some other cultures, thinking for us. It has to come from us. So if you do that, there will be more innovation rooted in our own needs. And then, of course, you can come up with more products and things like that. So I don't know whether you know this person. Maybe not. It's Neil Armstrong. Okay. So the reason I'm bringing up these all these people are that how familiar, how close these legends and innovators and innovations are to me. Like when I am in different country in the US. He lived in the same city as I lived in Cincinnati. He died in Cincinnati. And he was a faculty at University of Cincinnati for some time. So the aerospace students, learned from him. So that's how close the people who discover, innovate, are with the people there. So what I'm trying to say is we need to create people like that through you. And people should know your name and your invention, and they should learn it in other countries. So we have the talent. So if you think about, I'm glad, I think Dr. Arun Kumar mentioned polio vaccine. Dr. Sabine, he worked maybe 1 mile from University of Cincinnati in the Children's Hospital. We have collaboration with Children's Hospital. He invented polio. It's not just the polio for the people in the US, it's for everybody. So then if you look at, Wright brothers, they were 45 minutes from where I am in Dayton, Ohio. So they experimented with, whatever knowledge they have, they create, now we all enjoy that. Not only the people there. So if you think about this is the NCR machine, the registration, when you see the sales, when you go to a grocery store, now you feel like, it's all, it from childhood. But the invention came from the US long time ago. It was not common. When I was growing up here, we didn't have these cash registers. We have to give the money. But those technology being transported here. And this is a simple one, vacuum cleaner, right? Now people start using vacuum cleaner. Before it was not here. It has a lot of engineering, right? So it is created right there in my backyard. So what I'm trying to say is, Kerala's population is almost 35.8 million. Ohio State, that's where I'm just talking about 50 miles from where I'm living. It's 11.7 million. And Indian population, 1.4 billion, and USA population is 331 million. So what I'm saying is, through the innovations in education, a country that has only 4.5% of the world population is, creating products and services and ideas and theories and textbooks and everything for the whole world. And for example, if you look at technology, iPhone, where did it come from? If you think about services, Amazon, Uber, everything. Now we can see some, copycats, which is okay. The services, medicine, we take paracetamol as if, it's our own. Yeah, it is through research and development conducted in the US, this one fellow, if you look at the history of paracetamol, he created that pharmaceutical company. And the entertainment, Netflix and whatnot. So a country with 4.5% of the world population is generating this kind of knowledge, which creates innovation, which creates services and products, and which creates progress for the country. So the only difference I can spot is the education system. The only difference I can spot is the education system. The ecology and culture of how the next generation is trained or educated, that is the main difference. Okay? So when you think about education system, I mentioned that, right? I will go through that again, just my ideas, clear expectations, the rewarding excellence, which is very, very important, and generous support, and, collaboration, I think, collaboration is very much important, and ethics and fairness. So can you imagine? I'm just asking you to imagine, okay? A future where IHRD is leading the state and the country in innovations and coming up with new theories, new products. Can you imagine such a future? Anybody? No? Yes? Okay. I saw two people saying yes. How about you guys? Are you excited? Okay. Yeah. So see, there is no limit for you guys. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Dr. Brinda and, people are thinking about giving you more platforms. So when there are opportunities, you have to grab it. Okay. So you have to seek out more knowledge, more information. Your faculty are excellent. They know way more than they teach you. Okay. Because they went through like PhD and, whatnot. They know a lot of stuff. So if you are interested in, one field or what, or another, they would, guide you through that. So it's all up to you. So that was my question. Can you imagine a future where IHRD leading the state and the country, maybe the whole world, you can find cure for whatever, or you can find. Our state is, riddled with problems. Now, with technology, people are focusing on solving social issues. Previously, it was all about, flight tickets or, whatnot. You see what I'm saying? Now, people are looking into technology for social change. Even technology for peace and compassion. I have a research on, building compassion between partners, during, first year of parenthood. So you can think about anything. If you look for any weird subject, you will find research, and most of the research paper will be from the North American part. Okay. And you would be, amazed at why are we invisible? Okay. We are invisible in most of the research because the participants or the people who they use to test out product are not people like us, and we are like 1.4 billion. So we are using systems that is designed for other, way of living, but we kind of, mimic it or use that. So innovation happens, okay, in ecosystem that is supported by culture. A culture that cultivates and nourishes the ecosystem for innovation. So when you think about it, I cannot come and talk to you about, creating better, impactful, projects. It is meaningless if your whole unit or your whole, departments or the organization, your institution, or even the society, government won't support you. So it's important to consider the different levels of innovation. And of course, I will focus on you when I talk about the students and, student projects and things like that. So in terms of levels of interaction, the first one is individual level. So if you want to come up with, innovative, projects and things, of course, you have to know, what to do and things like that. You can, create innovations in that level. But if, okay, let me just go with that. So the next level is team. Okay. If two students work together, or the faculty and another, many students work together, a creative person or an empowered person, when they join forces, the products and services and everything will be better. And another level is organization. The innovation, the culture change in the level of organization, in your principles, the whole IHRD organization. The culture, the innovation culture has to be built, nourished in that level also. And then you can also think about society where, the parents comes in, the government comes in, they all have to support this innovation culture. So I personally believe that as a IHRD student, you are creative. Anybody thinks that you are not creative here? Anybody who thinks you are not creative? Everybody is creative, right? You have good ideas, right? Okay. So I think you can make a difference through your project. Do you think so? Anybody, fourth year students? Huh? They are going to fourth year student. So I'm telling you that you can make a difference through your projects, okay, for yourself and you. And if you think about, I'm not going to click this, but this is actually maybe I should, whether I open. Will it come up? Okay. Oh. So that was a paper written by the creators of Google. Okay? They are talking about, oh, we tried to do this, the browsing, application software and things like that. They did that when they were students, the Google. Okay? So look at what they created. They had an idea to search all these electronically stored documents, and then they, that paper is published just like a student paper. And now look at that. Look at what has happened with that. So most of the things are coming from the university, as I said, and if you have an idea, you should run with it. And when it comes to another thing that you have to have is you have to follow your passion. Anybody with any passion about anything? Maybe food? I am. Or like a medicine? Or like banking? Or like friendship? If you have passion, you should think about how your project can contribute towards that. Okay? I have many examples where many things are, let me talk about Steve Jobs. Okay? And Steve Jobs was not the top student. Okay? If you think about all the people who created stuff that you're enjoying now, they were not the smartest and the greatest. Okay? They had the vision, they had the, staying power. And then, so what he was saying that, if you don't have passion, he dropped out of, school. He didn't complete his school. Bill Gates, he didn't complete his school. He had a passion, he had a vision, they ran with it. So, what you have to do is you have to pick things that you are passionate about. An example, that is Alexander Graham Bell. Do you know what he did? In telephone, right? And it's not that one fine mornings he thought that, hey, I need to work on, acoustics and whatnot. It came from his life. Why? Both his mother and his wives were deaf. Does that make sense to you? Okay. So he wanted to make his wives or his mother's life better. So look at what he did. Okay. He helped everybody, right? It kind of revolutionized the communication. It came from his passion to help his mom and his wife. I have many students who do projects based on their experience. I have a student who had an autistic brother. So he always had trouble, like in the US, the weather changes, right? Trouble when he goes to school, picking up what coat to jackets to wear, which one to wear. So he created this app, like asking the question like in a video game way, so that it will help the brother to pick the right kind of jacket based on the weather and whatnot, or look outside the window. Is it snow? Then pick the red jacket, or things like that. Then I have another student doing a resource website for refugees. The US accepts a lot of refugees, after Iraq war, or different now from different parts of the world. So we have like students who are refugees, in the class, or maybe their families have connection with the refugees. So this particular student created a resource page for refugees to find school system to enroll their students or enroll their kids. You see what I'm saying? And I had another student working on an app for single fathers. the resources for single fathers. In the US, there are a lot of single parenthood, but there's a lot of things on single motherhood, but there wasn't many. So what I'm thinking is in Kerala, you can find lots of issues or problems where you can contribute a lot. Even within your institution, you can find topics that you are passionate about, and there is a way. All you have to do is look for resources. What have been done in the past? I will come into that. So I titled the Designing Your Project. Everything is design. You don't have to be a designer to draw stuff or anything like that. We all are designers. We design everything. I'm pretty sure Dr. Brinda designed this function, right? You have to design, and then you have to plan, and then you have to execute. So all the things that we do, designing should be towards the creation of a better society or good society. If you solve an engineering problem, or if you solve a societal problem through technology, you are contributing towards a better society or good society. So that kind of higher thinking and the purpose has to be there when you are picking your project. What can I do to improve, say, the Kerala state? What are the issues? For example, this is one of our student project. It was about disaster help. Now you have like the floods, whatnot, all the different things going on. You can find solution. You can go to a hospital and you can figure out what they need, and then find some solution for that. There are so many problems that in our society that you all can provide solutions through your project. So you have to be passionate about it, and you have to look for it. And you always have to design before you plan. Designing is a whole different topics. I can talk for it for days about designing and creative problem solving. So you cannot simply plan before you design. For example, if you have to get to a place, okay, there may be so many different ways to get to it, okay? But if you pick the just one, and then, if it leads to wrong way, if you take that, that will happen. So you have to vet your designs. You have to vet the problem or understand the problem, and then you have to come to the design, okay? So the design usually explore the nature. So you cannot simply jump into a project, okay? You have to do a lot of background research. That is very important. Then only you can conceive a framework for solving that problem. So you have to learn the problem. When I teach user experience or those kind of topic, I will always say that you can design a perfect solution for the wrong problem. Okay, you can always the developers and the designers, oh yeah, I create the best thing in the world. But if it is not solving the actual problem, it may be useless. You may get a kick out of it, creating something, but it may not solve the problem. So it's very important to understand, to learn about the problem when you are coming into this. So planning in the generating, you can have a series of executable actions, okay? I don't want to go into a lot of, but I need to talk a little bit about the concept that I introduced in terms of brainstorming and things like that. This is kind of a human-centered design thing, the double diamond of design. So when you have a problem, say like I don't know, any problem that you encounter, you don't start developing or into the solution before all this. You can see that this is diverging. That means you are studying the problem a lot through different means, through previous work, talking to, users and, whatnot, and then you define the problem. So that defining the problem is very much important. Only then you start with the problem and then come up with a solution. And even with the solution, you have to come up with so many different solutions. Okay. And usually what happens is when you do the upfront work, you may come up with the design criteria. So when you have a lot of ideas, you can vet or you can decide based on the design criteria that you created during your problem solving. Then, of course, you develop and deliver. So what I'm trying to ask you to do is, before you decide on a project, you need to do a lot of background research. You have to read a lot of articles. I don't know whether you have ACM digital subscription. You don't think so? Or this is where I say, for the innovation culture, you need the team, the culture. For example, the providing these kind of resources where, that is the first thing I tell my students when they start a project. Go search ACM Digital, IEEE Explorer. If it is medical, PubMed or JSTOR and all that. These are freely available to our students. Okay, so that they know what is existing and they know how to even write up their project. Once they are done. So you need to do resources like that. So you have to research. And then you have to think of what are the available solutions now. And you can even modify on that and things like that. So that's very much important. And then the biggest thing is that failure is okay. Okay? It is okay to fail. Failure is an option. When you do your work, failure is an option. But fearing is not, I won't get that. Or, in the US, the university research are thriving. Why? Because failure is an option. If you propose a project and say NSF, which is a government agency that funds it, and you couldn't get the right participants to participate, or so many different problems, you didn't accomplish what you set out to do, nobody is going to yell at you. You can publish that. You can get a paper out of it saying, lessons learned. So only in the universities, you have the ability to fail or ability to innovate. But in the corporations, if you have this much research, and then if you fail, you may get fired. But in the universities, it is still knowledge creation. Saying that something didn't work or this method doesn't work, that is knowledge. So that, the next person won't go through that way. So even with but the thing is, this guy? This guy, right? Elon Musk. How many times his rocket, launch failed? The first time, the SpaceX? 2-3 times, right? Millions of dollars down the drain, right? But in the third time, when he was almost going into debt, he still tried and he won. One means it was successful. So you have to fail. Sometimes you have to fail to learn. I was giving a similar lecture to CET, and when I said that, they were all happy. They said, then we are not going to study for the exam and we are going to fail. No. That's not what I'm saying. After you put in your best effort, all your vision, all your process, all your planning, when it fails, it's okay because you learned. Okay? Not like, sitting at home and not writing exam and saying that, it's okay to fail. No, it's not. You have to try and then you fail. Then if you fail, it's okay. So another thing is about failing, you need to fail fast and fail often. You spend 1 year in creating a bad project, it is a failure. Does that make sense to you? But if you prototype, you test with it, or you do some, testing, quality, whatever, and you know that, hey, it's not going to work, then you can go back. And then, so don't take years to fail. Okay? If you are failing, fail quickly so that, it will be less troubling, less resources are wasted. That's why if you think about it, like in the 70s and 60s, there were a lot of, software failures in the US. Only after that, they came up with agile development, extreme programming or iterative design and things like that. Because, you have to test. One time, I think maybe way earlier, a guy, like a Microsoft person was working with us. And at that time, they were doing something called daily build in Microsoft. Every day, they have to compile something and test. Okay, don't take 3 months to write something that is compilable. Compile it, only even if it is a function, that's fine. But make the progress by testing it. So that's also, so don't fear failure. And finding collaborators is very, very important. Okay, you can have the professional organization. I don't know whether you have an ACM student chapter here. IEEE, yeah, I think with the computer science, having the ACM student chapter will be really good. And so you have to be part of all that to connect the network. Then, of course, you have to come up with the new processes and tools, because maybe you are doing some project here. There may be some application that people are using to keep track of your project progress, or maybe ideate, lot of different things. So you have to know about that. My son, my third one, he's doing human-centered design and engineering. So I asked him, hey, you should look into Figma. Figma is a prototyping tool. And then the Figma was started by a young girl who was interested in designing, and Adobe, bought that software for some $4 billion. Okay, this girl is maybe barely 30. Okay, so that's the kind of ideas, because she had a passion for that, but somehow she knew that everybody's going to. So yesterday I was reading the news, and Adobe ditched XD. That was their prototyping tool, and now Figma is a winner. So everybody was worried in the UX field that, okay, Adobe, this huge corporation, is going to take over, and then they are going to trash Figma because that is a competition. No, that's not what happened. Okay, so what I'm saying is, you have to look at new tools and topics that are available. So reading articles, that is a really good source. And then you have to find out the industry standard. So thinking about processes, there are a lot of, especially in engineering, even in engineering education in the US, many people are teaching students design thinking process. Okay, I do design thinking workshop and things like that because I have certification in that. But design thinking is not just for the technology project or engineering project. Even better a service, so, how to conduct, how to run better sessions or whatnot. You can use design thinking principles or how to improve a service. You can use design thinking to innovate that. So everything, it starts with the user, and then finding out the right problem. For example, there are so many examples I can go on for about that. There was a simple example. One university was complaining that people were complaining about parking. The parking was way away, but they were complaining about it. So they brought in this team thinking that they may have to build a multi-story parking garage because they were not coming when they come to the sports. They were complaining about it, but they brought in this design thinking team. But the thing that they found out was the path to the parking lot was not well lit. Okay, because people were scared to walk back in the night. So it was maybe few $100,000 or whatnot. That problem is solved. So many times, if you look at some issues and if you do a design thinking or creative problem solving, it may not even take a lot of money to do a process improvement or a service improvement. So what I'm going to, I just wanted to throw that out there to students to saying that, you may want to teach me stuff. I'm always okay to say, oh, I don't know, I will look it up. Because in there, I have the freedom to change my curriculum. The student outcome has to be right. So even I remember when I was teaching programming, I taught .NET even when it was in the beta state, in the beta version. Because that's how we have the freedom to, choose the tools and technology that we use when you're teaching. That's why, as I said, the innovation happens, progress happens. So what I'm trying to do is, you have to go outside your curriculum boundaries, okay? And you have to do research on your own, and you have to read the different articles, white papers, and then you can, create a path for you, a better path for you with the help from the faculty there. Does that make sense to you? So the opportunities and, problems are bountiful here, right? In the state of Kerala, you can think about that. So I would try to finish my talk by kind of bringing again that 4 levels of innovation culture. Okay, if you remember, individual level, that's what I was giving you some pointers on having passion for what you are looking at. Try to solve the problems around you, okay, and then have that collaboration and not to fear failure. Okay, all those things are very important. At the same time, I'm hoping that the faculty as a team or the student as a team would come up with the innovation culture, maybe some ways to bring in more culture, more collaboration, and also IHRD as an organization from the top would embrace the innovation culture or innovation processes and come up with the better ways of doing things. And of course, you can work with the government and other agencies to make them bring to the new way of doing things. So as I was thinking about coming here, I worked with the CET for some time on like some of the curricular improvements and stuff like that. But I was thinking to myself, it's like, IHRD is very well positioned to be a leader, leading innovator in education, because you have more freedom than the other, the government agencies. So if you can leverage, for example, have freedom to have the agile curriculum, when new technology comes in, whether you would be able to incorporate that into your, maybe through special topics in your curriculum that is designed for new topics, to bring in new topics. So you can do curricular, design. You can be a strong leader for that. When say the new curriculum comes in, you can advocate for, you need to have like a individual studies. We have individual studies class. Anything can be, if a student wants to do something, I will be the individual, or each faculty can work with student. They will get the credit for that. Students get the credit for that. So you can actually, if you have that, that's why I said you have to design something before you plan something. So if you can design proposals and things like that, where you can make more relevant curriculum, that would be really good for the whole state, and it will really help the student. So I would stop by, what I mentioned before, the imagining the future. Okay, so can you imagine my question, the same question, a future when IHRD leads the state and the country in innovation, inventions, and discoveries? Do you think you can? That yes doesn't sound healthy. Huh? Do you think IHRD can? Okay. Do you think students from other states and all over the world will seek admission in IHRD? Can you see that? Okay, so what do you have to do? You have to work together. You have to be passionate about what you are doing. And then you have to ask more from the faculty. And of course, faculty ask more from, wherever you get support from. So to stop, in conclusion, I thank you. And as Dr. Brinda mentioned before, I will bring in some of my colleagues and maybe some of their students, and they can, show what they are doing and things like that. And of course, we are just starting to talk about it. Maybe some summer workshop. I can wish you all very best. And if you have any questions, please see. Maybe I didn't get time to talk about higher education in US, whatnot. But, I can do that maybe a later time. So, I don't have my email here. I thought I have my email here. But you can get that from Dr. Brinda. And thank you all. All right.
Now, I would like to call upon Srimati Millie Rosalind Matthews from Electronics and Communication Department, College of Engineering, Attingal, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Respected Chief Guest Dr. Anu Sibyl, dear colleagues and students, I would like to take a moment on behalf of the institution to express my sincere gratitude to all of you for being here today and attending this remarkable talk. As a faculty of this institution, it brings me great joy to see such an enthusiastic audience gathered here. First and foremost, I would like to extend my deepest appreciation to our esteemed speaker, Dr. Anu Sibyl, for delivering an outstanding and insightful presentation on designing impactful technological projects by solving the problems faced by our society. The knowledge and expertise shared today have undoubtedly enriched our understanding and opened new avenues for exploration. A heartfelt thanks goes to our respected principal, organizing committee and volunteers who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure the smooth execution of this event. Your dedication, attention in detail, and countless hours of planning and preparation have made this gathering possible, and we are truly grateful for your efforts. Lastly, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you. Your support, encouragement, and presence today have made this event a resounding success. I hope that the knowledge gained here will serve as a catalyst for further exploration and innovation in your respective fields. Thank you, Dr. Anu Sibyl, for your unwavering support, and our institution is looking forward to welcoming you to future events where we can continue to learn, grow, and collaborate. Thank you, and may the knowledge shared today empower you to reach new heights in your professional endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you all. Now meeting is over.